What's up guys, Mike here, the Detroit Borg, with a look at the keyboard dock for the Asus Transformer Pad Infinity. Essentially, this turns this into a laptop. So let's take a look around the keyboard, see what it adds to the tablet, and see if it's worth buying for $150. Now this is just like the Transformer Prime, a dock which adds a keyboard, a trackpad, a full USB port, a full-size SD card slot, and an 8-hour battery inside the dock. So this extends the battery life of your tablet by 8 hours, so that gives you 16 hours of battery life out of the entire system. Now this is available in two colors, amethyst, as we have here, which is a gray color, or champagne, which is sort of a gold color. So let's go ahead and take a look to see what we get in the box. So inside the box, we have a little tab here to lift it up. We'll set that aside for just a moment. There shouldn't be too many accessories here. So we have a packet here with some literature. Inspiring Innovation, Persistent Perfection, and it's just a little user's guide on how to connect this and use this with your new tablet. So let's go ahead and take a look around the keyboard itself. First thing we need to do is peel off this plastic. So we should have a little tab here. Peel that back. Now taking a look around the keyboard itself, you can see the construction is metal just like the tablet, so it's nice high quality rigid construction, feels very solid. It has that same brushed texture to it, although on the tablet it's circular. Here it's just a straight grain. Looks pretty nice. Down here we have our rubber feet for gripping onto a surface or table. We also have these screws here, which are torque screws. So I guess you could pop off the panel if you have the right screwdriver, but otherwise you're probably not going to do that. Up here you'll find your 40-pin dock connector for charging the keyboard, but you can also use this if the tablet is connected to charge both. So you only need to connect one to charge both at the same time. Here we have the LED flash, which indicates our charge status. So amber for charging, or green for fully charged. Back here we'll find our hinge, which articulates. It's a little stiff, especially without the tablet in there, so it kind of feels like you're going to break it off because it is made out of plastic. But you'll also notice on the hinge that you have little rubber feet here, so when you rotate this, you can see it will lift the tablet off the table, so it kind of gives you extra angle of orientation. Now the hinge has those two connector pins which interface with the tablet, and I'll show you when I connect that. You also have your 40-pin connector for connecting directly to the tablet, and that's how this keyboard operates with the tablet. There's no Bluetooth. This connects right to the tablet itself. Down here we'll find our trackpad with a clicking mechanism, so as soon as you touch the trackpad it will automatically bring a cursor up on your tablet. You also have a full-size keyboard, which is very comfortable, very nice to use. You can see it's that island or chiclet style keyboard, very similar to other things like Apple keyboards or any popular keyboard you have now. Now the keys here are unique to the tablet itself, so you have a lot of controls which work with the tablet or work with Android, and we'll demonstrate those once we connect it up. Now on the right side you'll find a full-size SD card slot with a dummy card in there right now. We'll demonstrate how to use that once we get a real card in there. Up here you also find a USB port which is blocked with this rubber filler piece. You can remove this to have access to it. So there you go, our USB 2.0 port, which is good for connecting things like USB hard drives, USB thumb drives, or even USB mice and keyboard. So it's pretty versatile, just like a full computer would have. Now, as I mentioned, those two pins on the keyboard dock interface with the tablet in these spots, and you see your 40-pin dock connector here. You also have a little arrow here for aligning this with the keyboard dock. So if you look closely at the keyboard, you can see there's a companion arrow right there. You just line those up and snap it into place. So let me put this down. Just push it into place. You can see the lock snaps in, and you're good to go. In fact, you can hear a tone which indicates to us that the keyboard dock has connected and it's now charging the tablet. In fact, if you look at the notifications, you'll see that right now the keyboard dock is charging the tablet, and you can see the battery levels of each device. Now with the keyboard installed, we can see that it actually looks a lot like an Ultrabook. It has that same sort of wedge design, and when you close it, you can hear the pad or the tablet lock, so it kind of goes to sleep just like a laptop would when you close the lid. So you can see it has that nice wedge design, pretty thin overall, although the thickest part is that sort of hinge back here. Now the design is pretty complementary. There's a slight difference in material and colors, not quite exact, but it's pretty close. Now, in order to lift this, it can be a little tricky. There is a better lip here than there used to be on the Transformer Prime, so you can kind of lift it up, and there's not a lot of weight there to pry these open, so you kind of have to peel it open. Now, in terms of using this keyboard, there really is nothing else you have to do. You connect it, and you're good to go. So, for example, if I touch the trackpad, I can see I have a mouse here. So I can go down to my notifications here, or I can tap the home button. You can see it takes me back to home. I can go to my notifications. I can tap on them to launch them. I can toggle switches. I can do anything. I can tap here to go to settings. And I can use touch to tap, or I can use click to tap. Again, it's just like using a notebook. Now the trackpad is also multi-touch, so I can use 2 fingers to scroll between my home screens, or I can use 2 fingers to scroll on the web page. So for example, here I am at CNN.com, just use 2 fingers to scroll down. Now the top row of buttons contain a lot of functions specific to the tablet. We also have some down here that are specific to Android, like the home button, search button, menu button. And you have other things like Alt and Control, as well as Shift, Caps Lock, Tab, and that sort of thing, the basics you need for a keyboard. Now in terms of this top row here, we have our back button, as well as our Wi-Fi on and off toggle. We also have Bluetooth on and off. We also have our trackpad on and off, so if we want to kill that, prevent that from operating while we're using our keyboard. We also have our brightness control, so we can dim it, we can increase it, or we can set it to auto. You also have your screen capture button, and we have our browser button, so that'll take us to our default browser, in this case the Android browser. We also have our settings button, which will take us right to our settings, hopefully, there we go. And we have our media control, so reverse, pause, play, forward. You also have your audio control, so mute, volume down, volume up, and lock. Now, unfortunately, when you use lock, you can't unlock it. You have to go right to the device to tap that unlock button. Now, there are a few other tricks to this keyboard. So, for example, when you're on the home screen, if you just start typing, it will start doing a Google search. So you can see I was typing Android, typed it into the search box, and you're good to go. Now we can also use the SD card slot to insert full-size SD cards for accessing photos. So for example, these are photos I took with my DSLR. So we'll have to go to our file manager, and Asus has included one. So let's go to it right now. So file manager. And so it brings up our internal storage as well as our SD card right here. Now, if you go to the notification tray, it will also appear there, so it'll take you right to it. So you can tap right on the notification, and it will take you to the folder. All right, so here we are at my folder here. You can see my DCIM folder. You can see my photos taken in this folder. You can tap on them. So you can see I can scroll through them. I can pinch to zoom, move them around. Tap on them. I can tap on the timeline to jump right to them. So it works pretty well. Now the USB can also support external storage like spinning hard drives. So we have this portable drive powered entirely by the USB port on the keyboard dock. Now really the only concern here is the tippability of this tablet. So obviously because the tablet is top heavy compared to the keyboard dock, you can see it has a tendency to want to tip over. But if you balance it just right, you can see you can continue touching the screen pretty vigorously and it still won't tilt over. And of course, if you're operating with your palms down here and you go ahead and touch the screen, you can see it's pretty stable. So in conclusion, I'm definitely a big fan of this combination of the tablet and the keyboard dock. So you can easily detach the tablet, carry this around and take it with you and leave the dock at home. But if you want to travel for productivity, all I have to do is attach the tablet and you're good to go. So you have a full-size keyboard with dedicated controls, an additional 8 hours of battery life to charge your tablet, so it gives you 16 hours of battery. You also have that USB port for attaching external storage, a full-size SD card for offloading video or pictures or files, and you have a trackpad for mousing. Definitely a unique feature on a lot of tablets. So that's going to do for me, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.